The best camera phones are often also some of the best smartphones overall too. The camera is an important part of many of today's devices, but it can be tough to know where to begin when seeking one out. We've reviewed every noteworthy smartphone camera around, so we know which phones take the best pictures and videos. Every great smartphone can take excellent photos, but different phones offer different strengths. Some have optical zoom lenses that use folded optics to let you see distant subjects clearly, including the map. Others use computational techniques to help improve the snaps you take from the main camera. Here we have come up with the top 6 best camera phones in the market. You will find them not only informative, but also insightful. Let's get started with the video then. And don't forget to check the product link in the description. Number 1. Google Pixel 7 Pro. Google's Pixel 7 Pro has impressed us in a number of ways, from its slick new design to its extremely user-friendly software. But it's the camera that's really stood out, with the Pixel 7 Pro delivering superb shots in a variety of conditions. Its main sensor captures shots with superb dynamic range and vibrant colors, while its 5x optical zoom gives extra reach than the iPhone 14 Pro is able to manage. And while its night mode shots aren't as good as the iPhone's, it's a great camera overall that'll suit both photography amateurs and those looking to take more artistic images well, and at a cost that undercuts its rivals. The Pixel 7 Pro isn't a huge departure from its predecessor, but it builds on an already superb phone with improved cameras, delightfully smooth operation, and a beautiful new design. It's one of the best Android phones you can buy in 2022, and that's why it's now been awarded a CNET Editor's Choice Award. The original review follows. I've spent over a month using Google's new flagship phone, and it's a superb smartphone that's deserving of its flagship title. Instead of needlessly replacing everything it did with the Pixel 6 Pro, Google instead made subtle refinements, packing the 7 Pro with improved cameras, some new neat tricks, and dare I say it, an even more attractive design. And of course it's running the second-generation Tensor G2 chip, Google's in-house processor. It's very much evolution over revolution, and the $599 Pixel 7 is taking much the same track. It's a small step, so if you have a Pixel 6 Pro already, this isn't a phone to consider upgrading to. Number 2. Xperia PRO-I. Sony's Xperia PRO-I comes with a pretty lofty price tag, but it packs some serious photographic skills for those of you truly focused on your mobile imaging game. It has a huge 1-inch image sensor the same size seen in Sony's excellent RX100 line of compact cameras that lets it capture more light and achieve better dynamic range than many of its rivals. It's packed with a variety of manual controls for you to craft your photos as you would with a regular DSLR or mirrorless camera too. It's a great phone to look towards if you basically want a camera that can make phone calls, but its high price means it's not the best choice for most people. The Sony Xperia PRO-I isn't the first phone to have a 1-inch camera sensor. Lucky for us, Sony didn't stop there and added a mechanical dual aperture, a new 50mm lens, IAF support to video, and a new app called Video Pro. Sony sent me a pre-production sample of Xperia PRO-I to try. Photos and videos look good. Check out the hands-on video attached to this article to see video clips I shot using the Xperia PRO-I. I still have more testing, and will do a full in-depth review once I can get a final production sample. All photos and videos I shot were taken with the main camera and its 24mm lens, or the ultra-wide camera with its 16mm lens. The 50mm camera was disabled on the pre-production prototype. The Xperia PRO-I has Sony's Photo Pro and Cinema Pro apps. But Sony wanted a better video option for those looking for something more advanced than basic video recording, and something not as complicated as using the Cinema Pro app. With Xperia PRO-I, Sony is launching a new app called Video Pro, which is aimed at journalists, bloggers, and the like. Number 3. Google Pixel 6 Pro. Google's Pixel 6 Pro is a class-leading flagship phone thanks to killer battery life, fast performance, excellent cameras, and unbeatable Pro's combination of sensors, lenses, software tweaks, and tensor processor algorithms keep Google firmly planted at the top of the smartphone camera game. Top features include magic eraser to erase photo bombers, real tone to capture accurate skin tones, and face unblur to remove blur from faces in motion. Serious smartphone photographers who prefer Android and don't need the S22 Ultra Super Zoom should go for the Pixel 6 Pro. The Google Pixel 6 Pro is the company's most ambitious smartphone to date and a major improvement over last year's Pixel 5. Now, the Pixel 5 was a fine phone with an excellent camera, good performance, and a lot of value for the price, but it was also a bit boring. With the Pixel 6 Pro, Google overhauls everything inside and out. The phone sports a new Tensor chip that delivers superb performance, a vivid OLED panel, and a battery that lasts all day. It's the most expensive phone in Google's lineup, which includes the Pixel 6 and the wallet-friendly Pixel 5a with 5G, but it stands out as the best high-end Android you can buy right now, earning our Editor's Choice Award for Android flagships. The Google Pixel 6 Pro sets a new bar for Android flagships. Its combination of top-notch camera quality, battery life, performance, display, and software combine to make the phone worthy of Google's asking price, as well as our new Editor's Choice winner for high-end Android phones. For the best Android has to offer, however, the Pixel 6 Pro sets a new standard. Number 4. Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. The Galaxy S22 Plus doesn't actually stand out in this current lineup as a camera phone. It's very good, make no mistake, but the Galaxy S22 Ultra and Pixel 6 Pro have better cameras. Regardless, this phone still produces very good images, and it's our top all-around choice for an Android phone based on price, performance, and features. The Galaxy S22 Plus is the mainstream Android choice, especially if camera quality doesn't outweigh everything else. Samsung's Galaxy S22 Plus is a crowd pleaser. It has reliable reception, a bright screen, solid cameras, and good battery life. None of this is surprising. Samsung's Galaxy phones are the default choices for most Android users in the US, and certainly for existing Samsung device owners who want to upgrade. The S22 Plus is the middle child of the S22 lineup. It doesn't have an S Pen like the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and isn't as compact as the S22. In other years, that could make it forgettable, but this time around the S22 Plus strikes the best balance between performance, value, and portability of the three. At the high end of the Android phone market in the US, the S22 Plus competes only with the $899 Google Pixel 6 Pro. Google's flagship is more affordable and has better cameras, but the S22 Plus offers a stronger processor and cellular radio, earning it our Editor's Choice Award. While it doesn't exactly break new ground, the Galaxy S22 Plus is the best flagship Android phone for most people, and the winner of our Editor's Choice Award. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus blends top-notch connectivity and performance with the best mix of features and size for the price, making it the flagship Android phone to beat. Number 5. Apple iPhone 13 Mini. The iPhone 13 Mini is by far the smallest good camera phone on the market. From a camera perspective, that means you can easily hold it in one hand and hit the shutter button while doing something with your other hand, which can be really difficult with a lot of other handsets right now. Anyone who regularly tries to shoot photos with one hand should check out the iPhone 13 Mini. Your thumbs will thank you. The smallest and least expensive of Apple's 2021 smartphone lineup, the iPhone 13 Mini is basically an iPhone 13 in a smaller size, with a smaller battery. That latter part is what will likely prevent the Mini from being a bestseller, although it's absolutely worth a look if you're shopping for a small phone. We recommend the standard iPhone 13 to most people, as it offers the most potent blend of performance and battery for the price, but if you're willing to trade a bit of battery life for size, the iPhone 13 Mini is the most powerful small phone you can buy today. For years now, there's been a collective moan in certain corners of the internet about the steadily expanding size of phones. Smaller phones are less addictive, the narrative goes. They're easier to use in one hand, and they fit better in tight pockets. It's easier to take photos with one hand, especially selfies, and it's easier to hold small phones to your head to make calls. The iPhone 13 mini is Apple's most affordable and pocket-friendly flagship, but you'll probably want to spend an extra $100 on the larger iPhone 13 for better battery life. Number 6. Samsung Galaxy S22. Many Android phones are now so big that one-handed photography and video recording can get pretty awkward, especially if you're trying to hold the device in one hand and press the on-screen shutter button with the other. The Galaxy S22 is the smallest relatively new Android flagship available in the US, which makes it the closest you can get to a comfortable one-handed phone with premium specs. The standard Galaxy S22 is for people who often need to take photos of something they're holding in one hand with the other hand. It's also a good choice for parents who often need to hold their kid's hand. A smaller phone can come in handy in all of these scenarios. Make sure to check out the iPhone 13 mini if you aren't committed to Android. Samsung's Galaxy S22 offers all the power of the Galaxy S22 Plus in a much smaller package for $200 less. That would be a winning proposition, except for one critical trade-off: the S22 sits right at the edge of acceptable battery life. We have much longer reviews of the Galaxy S22 Plus and the Galaxy S22 Ultra, but here we outline how the smaller S22 compares with those two models. So while the Galaxy S22 is the best small Android phone you can buy, the Galaxy S22 Plus wins our Editor's Choice Award for Android phones this year, despite its slightly larger size. Ultimately, it offers a big enough advantage in battery life to justify its higher cost. And if you're a longtime fan of the Galaxy Note series, the Galaxy S22 Ultra is